But you could tell there was already sort of an eerie feeling, and Doris, obviously, that escalated very quickly and created a surreal atmosphere here tonight.
So it was interesting before the game, Scott. I had reached out to a couple of players and know some thoughts of the players that were involved in tonight's game. And the sentiment was similar. They were processing information in real time as we are. They're trying to stay as educated as possible. They were contemplating this idea that they would play in empty arenas. And while that notion was bizarre to them, Scott, they were unified in this sentiment, and that was that they had hoped that the season wouldn't be suspended. It would be fascinating now that one of their own has tested positive. I imagine their perspective has changed as all Americans' perspective continues to sort of react in real time.
And you made the point, Doris, and I agreed with just the idea that why not just say this is it after tonight? And frankly, I didn't know how you don't pull the plug in the middle of a game. I mean, you've got a game with a score on the board, and you've got an arena full of people, but didn't it feel odd to continue on with the understanding that the line in the sand had been drawn at the conclusion of a game which now didn't even get played, because I guess those teams decide we're not going to play. It was it felt odd to just continue sort of in that moment. Go ahead.
Inconsequential is
Right.
what it felt.
Well put.
And I was frankly, and I said this on the broadcast and you made note of it, I was a little bit surprised they were going to play that second game, and I'll be curious to see how that decision unfolded. The NBA did the reasonable, responsible, only thing they could do, which is suspend the season. But I was surprised initially about that, Ryan.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And obviously, we'll get the actual information of how it unfolded, as the evening goes on and into tomorrow morning. But I think you made the great point, Doris. Like, once the knowledge is there for these players, do they then start to say, hold on a second,
right,
I don't necessarily want to be a part of this, and I'm curious, what role that may have played in what happened in Sacramento.